Oh, hey guys. I was just here brushing my hair. I got me a new hairbrush over there in Walgreens and Rosebud. I guess I'll talk to you about this comprehensive plan like I did yesterday. I made 3 videos. I talked about how the plan was existing one's 11 years old. It does not mention they're taking into consideration all the development along Jerry Dove Drive. Does not mention or have a plan for the Robinson Grand, and it confuses right sizing with low density. Fourth item to talk about now. As you know, we just had election day, and yesterday the race was called for Joe Biden. And Clarksburg city government is by law nonpartisan. But we have to play the cards we're dealt, you know. Whether you like Joe Biden or not, he has some policies that, if enacted, will have an effect on Clarksburg. Some of them, you know, possibly good, and others that we need to be concerned about. And I think I'll explain myself here. First of all, he wants to focus federal funding on maintaining what we have and building up the areas that are already built up, rather than build new roads and subsidize what would be called sprawl, you know, out on the edge of town. I think that'd be good for Clarksburg if we have something in our comprehensive plan to show that we want to increase density and infill and rehab old buildings. Then I think that would put us in a position to maybe get some federal grants to do that kind of work with. I mean, all this obviously depends on whether or not he can actually get his bills through Congress, and in what form they take if they do get through. The reason to be concerned is that he also has a plan to dramatically increase subsidies for low-income housing, and that is something that is a bigger issue nationwide than it is here. I mean, we have low-income people, but our housing costs are not very high. We do not have a shortage of housing in Clarksburg, West Virginia. What I do think we could improve is where we locate our low-income housing. I mean, here in Rosebud, you've got obviously a housing project up on the hill. In Northview, you got a housing project, and these people got to walk blocks and blocks, miles, sometimes on roads that don't even have sidewalks if they want to get to anything. Or they can take a bus. But you also have people living, you know, 10, 12 blocks back in Staley, and they got to walk 10, 12 blocks just to get to Milford Street and catch a bus. That's not fair to them, and it's not good for people who are worried about crime, watching people walking up and down the street all the time, wondering what they're up to. And I mean, it's no secret that Clarksburg has some you know, some renters that have been problematic. And if you look at a zoning map at Clarksburg, the places that are zoned R4, meaning you can build up to a tower there, versus R1 like Hillendale, R2 like, you know, Staley. R1 would be large lots, R2 would allow granny flats, you know, accessory dwelling units. Certain neighborhoods like Monticello area, Northview, all of Northview are zoned R4, meaning any amount of density is legal. Those are the ones with the high crime areas. And while we never want to have a policy of officially denying people homes, we also don't necessarily want to enable unscrupulous landlords or inconsiderate landlords from shoving people back in otherwise stable neighborhoods that, you know, it could be a problem. It's not fair to the residents to be shoved, you know, 10 blocks back in a neighborhood where they have to walk forever to catch a bus or get to the store. And it's not good for the neighbors. You know, we've always dealt with problem houses by demolishing them. I'd like to see if we can get some solutions in place to prevent the need to actually demolish these houses and prevent that expense in the first place. And I think we can do that, but we need to attack it from a variety of angles and really address this issue in a way that the current comprehensive plan just doesn't mention at all. I'm gonna holler at you later.